Go. Go. Power Rangers. So there were two camps of people watching this movie. There were either the fans of the show from the 90s who were super excited for it, or the people who had never seen it who were hating the idea of this thing even coming out. And I'm actually somewhere in between. Believe it or not, I'm too young to have seen the show in the 90s. It's kind of embarrassing to admit. But I went into this thing completely like blank, having no idea really even what the Power Rangers were. Like I was just, I knew it was one of those like pop culture phenomenons that like I'd never really gotten into, but was like really kind of hyped up. So I'm like, let's see if like this movie has some merit to it. Let's see if it's kind of exciting. Like let's just see what's going on. I was curious about this thing going in, and honestly, I walked out pleasantly surprised. So in this movie, you've got these 5 teenagers. They're kind of like, you know, what do I want to say? Like outcasts. You know, they're just kind of these like weirdos, or they kind of don't get along with many people. And what happens is they stumble upon these crystals, these stones that give them these weird abilities. Like they're super strong. They're able to jump really high. They're able to like fall from this huge like valley, land on the bottom, and have no injuries whatsoever. So that starts to happen, and then they realize, oh wait, there might be this thing that's trying to destroy the world. We gotta save the planet, and you know, do some cool stuff in the process. And the thing I really liked about this movie is that it just felt fun. Like it felt like it had that right amount of 90s cheese to it that was just kind of sprinkled in. Like the movie takes itself seriously. It's like, yep, these are 5 teenagers who are trying to save the planet, and they get little costumes, and they're just gonna go about the business saving the planet. But at the same time, it has the jokes in it, has the snappy one-liners. All the kids in the movie really kind of committed to the roles and made sure that those one-liners were pulled off, because if the main kid in the movie playing Red Ranger just said, "It's morphin' time," then you'd be like, no, that's over dramatic. But like, luckily the 5 kids in the movie who were the main ones in the movie really committed. So did Bryan Cranston as Zordon, which I really like to see. So, you know, having kind of that credibility in it was awesome too. Elizabeth Banks played the villain. She was a little overacting, just in my opinion, but overall, 5 kids were really good, and Bryan Cranston was really good. Elizabeth Banks attracted a little bit, but like, what can you do? And again, script, I already said, I really like the snappy one-liners in there. I really like the kind of conversing back and forth. The script was kind of a double-edged sword for me, or I don't know if that's the right expression. It had its highs and its lows, I guess what you can say, is that it was good in the sense that it was snappy, that it was fresh, it had the right amount of cheese, but sometimes I felt like it was going so fast, and it was just kind of using coincidences and just cause logic. It's like, oh, how did they find the stones? Just because they were there. It's like, oh, how did they find the like little hideout, the alien ship? Just because they were walking through that place at that one time conveniently. Oh, hey, how did, like, you know, the villain find out that the Rangers live in this house? Just cause. It's one of those things where I'm like, there's a little bit too much convenience in there, and they do really have to just move the pace along so they can cover everything they want to cover in less than 2 hours and 5 minutes. So, like, the movie really just kind of picks up the pace at a point, and you do feel like it doesn't have that much time to stop and have those, like, kind of deeper character moments. There's 1 or 2 here or there, but since it's just going to, like, trying to just breeze through all these things and make an entertaining movie for you, you feel like it does detract from the quality just a little bit, and it doesn't feel as real as it could have. Maybe that goes with the 90s cheese, but like, I think that that's a point where you just kind of start to take a step back and say, yeah, you could have slowed down a little bit. You could have kind of made room for those character moments. You could have just made it feel a little bit more real than cheesy at points. But again, I do like the 90s cheese. I thought the actors were all solid with the exception of Elizabeth Banks. The script was good and snappy. It did kind of go through a little too fast for me at some points. I'm not saying slow down. I do think this was an entertaining movie, and I'm glad it was quick. But at the same time, like, have some more of those character development moments in the sequel. Have some of those like sweeter emotional moments, like the bonfire scene in this movie. But overall, guys, Power Rangers was a fun ride. I wasn't expecting that, having no experience with the source material, and really not having any expectations at all. So I'm gonna give Power Rangers a B. I do think it's something entertaining that I think you guys will enjoy if you happen to check it out this weekend. But guys, those are just my thoughts on Power Rangers. Be sure to leave yours in the comment section down below. You guys can follow me on Twitter. I am at John M. Hayeck. You guys can go over to mymoviethoughts.com for tons of more posts from me, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for tons of more posts from me as well. You guys can like this video, comment on it, share it with some friends. I am John Hayeck, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching.